My mouse just died, so I'm gonna have to do this with the old little scratch pad thing. I hate that thing. But c'est la vie. Sesame pie, as they say. Oh, yeah. It is I, Rocket Band. This is The World According to Rocket, the live edition on February 22nd. Man, it's flying by. It's flying by. Let me just grab a score here. I want to see. I want to see how the base Vols did today. It's crazy. You can't even get a score. You put in Tennessee versus Alabama A&M game time, and it automatically comes up with the game time for Tennessee and Alabama football game next October 21st, 2023. What the hell? Anyway, I hate this pad. My mouse just died a minute ago. And I am terrible when it comes to. Now, I very clearly put in there Tennessee versus Alabama A&M. Somebody tell me what happened to the game. I'm tired of screwing with this because I'll end up taking a hammer to it. Speaking of hammer, um, wait, what? Nick? It's 21-1? Is it really? Oh, man. I hope that's Tennessee 21-1. Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. Bottom of the sixth, and it's 21-1. Damn. They brought their Big Johnson with them today. Well, they got some making up to do. People were really, really upset. They were upset about it. Oh, hey, Nugs. Hey, brother, what's up? Yeah, I'll do that when I'm done here for sure. I don't know how long they go, but when I'm done here, I'm only going to be here about 30 minutes probably. So I for sure will. So bottom of the sixth, 21-1. Wow. That's amazing. That is my kind of thing. I love to see my Vols do so good. But the main reason that I wanted to do a stream tonight is because it's going to be a dry spell of, well, there won't be a dry spell of Rocket content. I just don't know exactly what's going to happen over the next 5 or 6, 7 days, because I'm going to be in transit looking for a new studio, looking for a new place to live, that sort of thing. So I don't know what that's going to be, what that's going to look like. And I didn't want, well, let's just face it, I didn't want y'all to miss me. Actually, I didn't want me to miss y'all more than anything. So so when you do come in, be sure you hammer the like button and subscribe if you've not subscribed yet. And Nick Graybeal, keep me posted about the 21-6. I hope we can stall the rest of the 3 innings so they don't come back and win. 21-1. Now that sounds like last year's scores, right? And that's one of the things that I didn't know about. I don't know why I didn't know it. It just slipped my mind that I didn't realize that the 8 fielders, um, they lost the starters on the baseball team. Now, that doesn't mean anything other than they have tremendous players, equal equally talented. It's just they're gonna have to, start from scratch and get people in there that can what's the word I'm looking for? That can smooth the expectations until this team can gel together because they've not played, this group of people. They've not played this way before. Howdy, Cowboy Jabs. They've never played in this configuration before. I remember Coach Tony said that going out to Arizona, those first 3 games, that they would have literally 3 different lineups. I thought he might have been kidding. He wasn't kidding because they don't. Why would they do that? Well, the reason they did that because they don't know who their starters are. They don't know who their energy people are. They don't know who their big Johnsons are. Boy, we had some big Johnson last night, though. And it sounds like we got some big Johnsons today, 21-1. That is crazy. So something that I thought was notable today was the story with Hendon Hooker and the Dallas Cowboys and the not the Las Vegas Raiders, the Raiders. And supposedly they had some very serious talks, those folks, and Hendon Hooker. I just got to think. I think he's the diamond in the rough. I really do. Bryce Young should, in my opinion, be the first pick. I mean, if somebody doesn't want that guy, you're crazy, right? And I would certainly take him over Will Levis from Kentucky. I still don't get that. Yeah, I know he's big, and yeah, I know he seems like it'd be a great pick. He's not a great pick. He's gonna flame out. I'm just telling you that now. You know who's not gonna flame out? My man Hendon Hooker. He is gonna be the surprise of this draft, and I have a feeling that he's gonna go longer, quicker, earlier than I'm just getting lost here. Nick says, top of the 7th, A&M needs 13 runs to extend the game. That's funny. Well, there's hope. They can always hope, right? Get the big bats. So Tennessee evidently is up in Rocky Top. They're playing Alabama A&M the second game. They beat them yesterday 10-0. They beat them. They're going to beat them yesterday 23-1 is the score according to Nick. Top of the 7th, and they need 13 to extend the game. So if they don't get 13 runs in this inning, which would make it a 9-run game, right? If you're 10 runs ahead, what do they call the game? Do they really do that in college? I mean, I think I knew that. I had forgotten that I knew that. I mean, but that's kind of like Pee Wee ball for crying out loud. Really? They shouldn't do that in college. The hell, Matt. Zach Joyce, 95-mile fastball. Or really, the sound is like. So it sounds like going by. That's more like it. So I wasn't aware of that. I wasn't aware that the 10-run rule in what? That just makes no sense to me. These are grown men out there playing. I mean, they're grown big boys out there playing. I mean, if they're gonna get beat 23 to 1, well, then let them get beat 23 to 1. I'm sorry, that's just how it goes. 1 out on 3 straight strikes. I would imagine the folks from Alabama A&M have not seen a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. But I thought Zach Joyce was, up around 100, 99 and 100. Am I thinking of somebody else? I think Zach Joyce has 100. Has 100 in the books, doesn't he? I think so. Anyway, I was talking about Hendon Hooker. So I think Hendon Hooker is going to surprise people. Excuse me, but here's what's going to happen. Somebody that's interested in him is going to do a little quick, let me come down and let me watch you work out kind of thing once he's back up and running. Now, he claims that he's going to be 100% full speed by training camp, but people aren't going to spend tens of millions of dollars on that. Thank you, Nick. His brother Ben threw 105 last year. Okay, I had him confused. Okay, so they're not going to spend tens of millions of dollars and not see him work out after his rehabilitation and his recovery. They're not going to do it. So I would imagine there are stuff in the works so that people on Hendon's side of the ledger, so Hendon can go perform for people or have people come perform for him, whatever, right? Before the draft. I would imagine that's going to happen. Now, that still may not be enough. I don't know. It still may not be. Right? Because he may not, before the draft, see, he's saying he's going to be 100% by training camp. I don't think he's going to be 100% by the draft, right? So we'll have to see. Vols time. Thank you for coming. I'm not worried about Georgia next season because they're starting an unproven quarterback. Hey, Vols time. Not only that, my friend, they're starting an unproven offensive coordinator. Now, Mike Bobo, great quarterback at Georgia, and he's done well, but the problem is this is his first year as offensive coordinator running that Georgia system. Now, you say, well, same thing's going on with Tennessee and Halsley. No. The same thing is not going on at Tennessee with Halsley because Halsley and Heupel have been together for 15 years, right? Bobo's only been there a couple of years, and he certainly hadn't had the keys to the offense. Halsley's been the guy for the quarterbacks all of this time, for a long time. So they're starting a new quarterback, and they got a new offensive coordinator. And I'm sorry, I don't care who you are, how good you are, there's nothing that is more beneficial than experience at the position with the personnel that you're working with. Okay. And that's why Tennessee has the advantage over Georgia this year. And I am predicting it right now. I've already predicted it before. Tennessee is going to beat Georgia when they come to Knoxville in November. If everybody's healthy. Game over. 23-21. Well, see, now that's doing what they're supposed to be doing, right? They're supposed to be beating up on people like Alabama A&M, like 23-21 for crying out loud. So good for them. Baseballs. On the road to Omaha. I tell you what, if you've never been to Omaha, did you see I just posed a little bit there? I'm so sorry. What the hell is that, Rocket Man? If you've never been to Omaha, I was there for 11 years on the radio. If you've never been there and been to the College World Series, it is phenomenal. It is a major event, and you should go see it at least once in your life just to be a part of it. It's just absolutely crazy. Now, when I was there, they had the old Rosenblatt Stadium, which was just amazing in its tradition and its grandeur and its creakiness and and now they have this what is it, Ameritrade Stadium, I think it is, which is a fabulous place. But if you've not been, you should go. And this year may be a time to plan it because I got a feeling Tennessee's going to be there, right? Cowboy Jabs. Vols time first says, I would not be surprised if the Titans don't pick Hooker in the third round of the draft. Boy, wouldn't that be great? I would love that. I would love that. And he's got interest from the Saints, and he's got interest in the Raiders, and he's got interested in the Cowboys. I don't know. I just kind of think. I mean, he's a Dak Prescott kind of guy, right? I mean, he's not as big and beefy as, or not as beefy. I mean, dude's 6'4.5", right? I mean, he's a I think he's gonna do great. I mean, if his knee actually is rehabilitated and he's recovered fully, I think he's gonna do great. I really do. And I would love to see him at the Titans. Man, that would just be awesome. And he would love to be there. But he's gonna be somewhere. He's gonna be somewhere. And with his work ethic, he has seen what the Philadelphia, Eagles have done with their quarterback and their team, and he has the same kind of work ethic as shown there, and he's gonna kill it wherever he goes, for sure. Let's see. Cowboy Jabs. Dogs will still be hard to handle unless they falter early. The dogs are always going to be hard to handle. I'm not saying that Tennessee is going to go undefeated and beat them. I think Tennessee could probably get beat somewhere. I'm just saying they're going to beat Georgia and they're going to beat South Carolina. This is unfinished business this season, right? Johnny Thomason. Thank you, Johnny, for coming. Lord help our basketball Vols. I know. It's sad and weird all at the same time. And I go back to what Mike Leach always says. God rest his soul. I'd rather have somebody that is good every time than somebody who's great every now and then. And I had that when I saw that they lost to A&M, and I may be speaking out of school here because I didn't see the game and I don't know the circumstances of that particular game. But it also kind of popped into my mind. That goes for coaches as well, right? So I don't know. How do y'all feel about the coach? You digging that guy or not? So I don't have my mouse. I don't have my mouse and it's making me crazy. If you're just new here and you haven't hit the button, the like button, hammer that for me. I'd appreciate it. Subscribe, appreciate it. Let me just see what else we got going on here. So the reason, just to kind of revamp here, the reason I wanted to do another live here prior to me heading out, I have been in Oklahoma for a tiny little bit, well, since Christmas. And I typically come to Oklahoma and visit family for Christmas. And I had given up my studio in Nashville because they jacked the rent up just exorbitantly, and I just said, "No, I'm gonna choose to find someplace else." And while I just moved my stuff out of my studio and apartment, and in the process, tore my knee up, and so I've been kind of recuperating, out in Oklahoma since Christmas, and so now I'm headed back this weekend. Cowboy Jam says, "Get out of there before tornado season." You're right. I'm headed back, and I'm actually headed back tomorrow because I wanted to get back by next week, and it's gonna be just storming and raining like crazy, starting Friday, so I got this, thank you for the likes, by the way, and, thank you for the super chats. That's always appreciated. Um, Many of you know I am a photographer by trade, and one of my clients from years and years and years ago, um, she's now she's now a little TV star, and she called me out of the blue and said, "Rocket Man, I need a photo session from you, and I'm going to be in Memphis this weekend." I went, "Okay." And I said, "I'll probably be going through Memphis this weekend." That's so weird because on my way back to Nashville. So anyway, I've got a photo session lined up with her, and I'll tell you all about that when we're done, show you the pictures and all. Um, and so it was just kind of serendipitous that that happened in the way that it did. She had this need, and in the time frame that I was like passing through there anyway, so kind of worked out nice. So I have to leave tomorrow so that I don't get stormed in somewhere. Harold Denton, sorry. Time for Barnes to retire. His recruiting over the past 4 to 5 years has not panned out. 3 to 4 big guys have transferred from 218 to 220, and he has recruited too many one and done players. Well, my Tennessee knowledge, basketball is the least. I get excited when I watch them play, but they seem like sometimes they're really, really great, and then other times they're not so good, right? Which was the point that I brought that up about what Mike Leach said. Sometimes, the inconsistency is what kills players, and it's what kills coaches, and it's what kills teams, right? You have to be good all the time, right? You can have bad days, but you still have to be good. I'm going to jump over and grab some comments from the channel. Haven't had those in a minute. Just bear with me a second here. Boom, 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 boom. Solid foundations from today's show. Colts or Saints, please. Talking about Hendon Hooker. I could I could go with either one of those. It'd actually be nice to have him down there with all those Vols playing in New Orleans. John Hill, I would love to see Hendon come down to the Falcons. Okay. Everybody's wanting Hendon. Teddy Strunk. I want the man Hooker to go to New Orleans with Kamara and Callaway. I was just talking about that. Yep. Now, do we know where do we know whether or not Alvin is gonna go to jail or not? I don't know. Is he for that Vegas fight? We have any idea? Anybody got any skinny on that? I saw a mock draft where Hendon Hooker goes to New Orleans. The Saints also have a Vol for Life trainer. Wherever he goes, I'm a fan, but I hate the Cowboys. That would be hard. Peace, Rocket. Well, Teddy, now I know that we both want what's best for, him, and if it's for the Cowboys, we want him to be somewhere where he gets to play, we gets to show his stuff off, because he's a mental giant, and he's a freak when it comes to work ethic, just like Jalen Hurts of the Eagles, wherever he goes, he's gonna know what's needed, and he's going to prepare himself accordingly. So I'm very excited about that. Average rando. Whoever gets Hendon will be a lucky team. You are so right. Safe travels, Rocket. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. Yes, I do. Payow. All right. Cowboy Jeff says I'm lost on the basketball. I have no clue. I am similar. I enjoy it, but I just don't have enough information to, comment and analyze. You know, football, baseball. I know. Um, Tennis. I know. Golf. I know. I just don't know basketball. I don't know the nuance of basketball. I grew up playing basketball, but I just, as far as the college game now, it's all changed. I mean, to me, it looks like they travel on every play. When I was playing basketball in high school, every time they take a step or touch the ball would have been called for traveling. It's just totally a weird thing now. It's totally different. Vols time. What do you think about shortening college football games by the commissioners? I don't like that. I think they should. I think should make the games longer. That's how much I love them. I think if you don't beat, now maybe you're talking about the baseball. No, you said college football. Yeah, no, don't shorten the college football games. No, you need to be out there with a team that can participate, and if you don't show up with a team that can't participate in a way that doesn't embarrass yourself, well, then you just got to get embarrassed because you get paid money to do that. And I don't even like this 10 run rule with baseball. What? This is not pee wee ball. I remember what 7-0 was a skunk, 11-0 was a whitewash. 11-0 when I was, I don't know, playing junior ball. You get to 11, you're 11 to nothing, it's whitewash, you quit the game. Well, there were games, and I was always on a city championship team, so there were plenty of games that I played that lasted 3 innings because we had all the good guys on our team. And that's just come on, man, you need the batting practice if nothing else. Am I so wrong? Hell, Denton. When lived by shooting long range threes, better at least make 35% of them. 20 to 30 3-point shot attempts that the Vols shoot in about every game. Yeah. Yeah, everybody wants to be Steph now, right? Yeah, it's a great strategy. It's a great game plan if you got people who can drill them, but if you miss them, yeah, kind of screwed. Nick Grayville. Who was one and done besides Chandler? I can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember either. Harold Denton. Of the past 4 game, opponents have gotten to the free throw line to shoot twice as many as our team. Yep. Yeah, I noticed that. Texas A&M shot about 32 to our 14. Yeah, you're going to lose that every time. I mean, if they make their free throws. So it's not really, you either got to get fouled more or you got to quit fouling. One or the other, right? Robert Duncan. Hello, sir. They need college football just like it is. I agree with you, and I hope Hooker goes to the Cowboys. That would be awesome. Well, I know that Teddy Strunk doesn't want Hendo to go to the Cowboys. He would find that totally offensive. But I gotta tell you, I can kinda see him in a cowboy uniform. I can see that. And I'm trying to imagine him in a Raiders uniform. You know, they got a hot mess out there as well. Now, here's something that we hadn't talked about. What about Tampa Bay? What about that? Brady's gone. I saw a report on SportsCenter today that the only contract quarterback they have at Tampa Bay is that Trask dude, uh, that kept lighting Tennessee up for 2 or 3 years there from Florida. Remember him? He's the only one they got. Eric B. Jones. How you doing, brother? He wants Tennessee Titans to be the proud recipient of what should have been the Heisman Trophy winner, Hendon Hooker. Hey, if you're in here and you haven't hammered that like button yet, do that for me. I'd appreciate it. And if you're new here and haven't subscribed, appreciate you doing that as well. So I will start to wrap this up just a little bit. We don't have to go right now, but just in a little bit, by telling you I am in process of heading back to Nashville. Got to find myself another studio. And I wanted to do this live tonight because this may be the last time you see me for 4 or 5 days. Now, I will do something, even if it's on the phone, to throw up a short on YouTube. You can watch for those while I'm traveling. I just don't know what my situation is going to be over the next few days. So I didn't want you to think, oh, what happened to him? What happened to him is he's in transit. So I head out tomorrow to go back from here, Oklahoma, where my family is, to Nashville. So that's why I wanted to do this and say, get chummy with everybody. We'll miss Stingray tonight. Where's Stingray? Stingray's normally here tonight. A couple of other people. Don't know where they are. Nugs popped in, said hello. Always fun to have him here. So that's going to be about it. Anybody got any? Oh, I just want to make sure that, hey, I'm going to be broadcasting I'm going to do a show from the football game. I'm going to be doing a show from the football game. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, everybody. On April 15th, the orange and white game. So, y'all kind of plan on going up there. And let's have ourselves some fun, right? That'd be great fun, wouldn't it? I think so. Vols time, no matter where you go, the orange will still follow you. You're a fine human being, Vols time. Thank you, sir. That's a very nice thing to say. Very kind of you. Appreciate it. All right. I am out of here because I still have clothes to pack. I got to wash everything today, get ready to go. And I will see you on the road at some point. Oh, music for me, our Ohio State fan. By the way, I want to talk to you about the Palestine thing. What's the latest on that thing up there? That thing is getting scary. I've been here, but I'm on Twitter aggravating Michigan fans, which is one of my favorite things on earth. Yes, sir. Well, don't let me stand in the way of your favorite thing on earth, because I can understand that. I'm kind of the same way with Alabama fans. That's pretty far southeast from where I am. Yeah, I heard that Donald J was on his way up there. So you're not, um, so you're north of that. So all of that toxic stuff is coming down headed to Nashville, really. Now I reposted this. I retweeted it or reposted it, whatever. Oh, you way up there. Okay. Man, whoo-hoo. You get some cold weather, don't you? Lord have mercy. All right, so I reposted something, I think it was on Instagram, not Twitter, but somebody came on and said, "I just want you all to see something that's happening outside." And he said he was like, I don't know, I think he said 10 minutes south of East Palestine, Ohio. And he said it's overcast, it's cloudy, and birds are dropping dead from the sky. Right? That's what he said. And he said, "See?" And then he cut to a parking lot full of dead birds. Now, I'm assuming that the guy was for real because there were a parking lot with, I don't know, 15 birds, you know, laying in the laying in the parking lot. So I don't know whether he was for real or not, but that stuff is moving and drifting south to where the storms are. It's going to be acid rain when I get to Nashville. So this may be my last broadcast. Who knows? I hope not. I don't look too good as it is, but I got acid holes in me from the rain. That's not going to be a good look at all. All right, y'all. Courts of Heaven. I live 15 miles from there. Amish have farms nearby. Can polluted land be confiscated? I don't know. I would imagine there is a statute of limitations on when the pollution goes away, and I guess you can confiscate it and then wait for 15 years when it clears up or whatever, and then it's yours, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It is just a freaking crazy world that we found ourselves in. Trump was at East Palestine McDonald's. That guy's got game. I give him that. He's got game. I give him that. Rocket Man with the afterglow. Yeah, no kidding. So the next time y'all see me, I want you to be very critical of it if you see any halo or anything. Because that stuff is Nashville is in line to receive that acid rain, supposedly. I don't know whether that's true or not, but it's in the path. I have checked on that. So we'll just have to see. All right, Robert Duncan, thank you so very much. I appreciate that kind wish. And on that note, I'm going to scram and I'm going to get packed, get a good night's sleep, and head out tomorrow to All Points East. Well, not All Points. Little Rock, Memphis, have a little photo shoot with a little starlet. That can't be all bad, right? I'll show some pictures on that. And then I'll move on to Memphis over the weekend. I mean, move on to Nashville over the weekend, and you should hear from me Saturday or Sunday. I'll have up, I'll get a video up or something. Say hello or something. Anyway, all right. Thank you all for your support. I appreciate all of you. And we'll see you in the next video. Adios.